To Your Eternity is a series that I honestly didn't know how to feel about by just reading the description, and even up to the first episode. But as time has gone on, I have fallen in love with this series for quite a few reasons. Firstly, being the amazing and expansive world. The world of To Your Eternity is crazy expansive, and it just keeps growing as we keep learning more and more, which just makes for an even better experience of the story, which is amazing. One of the main things I love about it though is that it shows the real skill of the original mangaka. And what I mean by that is that the creator of To Your Eternity is the same person who wrote A Silent Voice, and if you know what that series is about, then you would know that this is very different from To Your Eternity. A Silent Voice focuses more on the characters and builds them up to make a compelling story, whereas To Your Eternity focuses more on building up the world instead of its characters. Not to say it doesn't build up its characters, because it definitely does, but its emphasis is much more on the world than the characters. The exact opposite of their previous work, A Silent Voice, which is awesome. Honestly, I love both series for many different reasons, but we're not here to talk about A Silent Voice today, so I won't go into detail, but To Your Eternity is a series that is very expansive and knows exactly how to set up the world and the characters and the story perfectly and intertwine them all perfectly in order to make the most compelling and fun experience possible. To Your Eternity has done everything right in terms of how to make a good story, but the anime itself also just looks so nice. Honestly, they really did this series justice with what they showed us on screen. So far, this series has been absolutely amazing with interesting and compelling characters as well as an expansive world that is set up perfectly by the creator so it can continue to build upon and expand, making for an even more amazing experience. I can't wait to see how the series will end, as I know it will be very emotional, but I am very much so looking forward to it because that is exactly what this series needs, a good solid ending. Okay, that's it for the non-spoiler review. I will try not to add spoilers in the rest of the script, but they may accidentally slip in there when I am describing something, so this is just a warning for you if you have not seen the series yet. I would highly recommend you do so, as this series is amazing and I know you will love it. The characters in To Your Eternity are amazing. Despite what I said earlier about the story focusing more on the world than the characters in the story are still amazing. The characters are well written and compelling, and despite the atmosphere of the world, they feel like they could be real people, which just makes it all the better. Honestly, you can definitely see the influence of their previous work in this series when looking at the characters, because although the characters aren't as good as the ones in A Silent Voice, they are still amazing and have the same feel to them as the characters of A Silent Voice, which just makes them more fun and awesome characters. The world of To Your Eternity does a really good job at helping to expand upon the characters and make you love them even more. Like with the character of Gugu, he is a character I could not see in any other world, as his existence relies on the world that he is in, which is exactly how a good character should be written in my opinion. The world of To Your Eternity is a vast and expansive world that grows with each passing episode. The world of To Your Eternity is one of the most unique I have seen in a long time. That might come down mostly to the character of Fushi holding down the fort with his uniqueness and making the world seem unique alongside him, but I think the world itself is pretty unique. A world where you can give a kid a new face and put beer in his body like storage is a pretty damn unique place. But also, the people of this world are very unique. We have run into all kinds of people and clans that feel very unique and interesting and really help to make the world feel vast and open and interesting to learn more about. The architecture in this world is also nice looking and definitely gives the people of this world their own unique vibes and cultures that make the world seem far more expansive than we probably ever going to see, and that is amazing. Everything about the world of To Your Eternity is set up in a way to make the world feel very vast and make it seem like a place that could go on forever, and that is awesome. The animation in To Your Eternity is actually really good. It's not the most god tier animation I have ever seen, but it looks good whenever there's an intense scene. It is animated very smoothly, and the commerce scenes also look really nice as well. The animation is good, but the art, that's a whole other beast. The art for this anime is phenomenal. It looks so damn nice all the time. The character designs are great, the backgrounds look nice and unique, and overall everything just looks really beautiful, which is what makes this show. The world of To Your Eternity is amazing, but it would be nowhere near as good as it is if it wasn't for the absolutely amazing art to accompany it, because sure, you can have a really good world, but if it doesn't also look nice or bleak or whatever vibe you're trying to go for, then it just falls flat. But that's not the case with To Your Eternity, which is nice and makes the experience that much better. The music in To Your Eternity is amazing. Alongside good art for a world, good music should also be there to set the mood of a scene and to let us know that the people of this world are like overall. I would like to say that To Your Eternity does a really good job at that. It presents itself really well. All of the music sounds really nice and flows very well into the background, just like you need it to, and the OP is also phenomenal. And overall, I would say that you can very easily have a really good time just listening to the music of To Your Eternity and really immerse yourself in the already amazingly vast and expansive world. To Your Eternity is an amazing series with a really vast and interesting world with well written and compelling characters to even really amazing art and music. This series has been absolutely amazing and fun to watch, and it is a series that I highly recommend to you if you haven't watched it, because you will have an absolutely amazing time with this series. This series definitely caught me off guard with its sheer quality. I didn't really know how to think about this series when initially going into it, but over time this series has hooked me in with its vast world and amazing characters, and I think that it would do that with anybody else who wants to watch this series, because this series is truly something special.